22 wins last year, including a 13-game winning streak. She looks to make it 10 straight today. And Megan Jebbia looks like she just got out of bed. Every member of the Deacon coaching staff sporting holiday pajamas. And hopefully it won't be a sleepy start for the Demon Deacons. For the first time this year, URI has a change in its starting lineup. Sophie Phillips is in. Dolly Cairns is out. Wake Forest with the same five that we've been accustomed to. Olivia Summiel has it at the top of the key. Wake Forest looking to head into the Christmas break on a positive note. But a negative start over and back. And the Deacons begin with a turnover 20 seconds in.
This URI basketball team will put a lot of pressure on you, and you saw it on the very first possession. They only are giving up about 56 points a ball game. And with Phillips coming into the game, that's another perimeter shooter. She's the number 4 three-point maker in the conference in the A10, having made 21. So keep your eye on Sophie Phillips, number 1.
Phillips in, Cairns out, Haddix, Covington, Lassiter, Squires, and Torre. 3 transfers in the starting 5 for URI. It's kind of the new flavor of cross-college basketball. Wake Forest has Kaia Harrison running the point. Elise Williams leading the team in assists, averaging about 4 per game. Here's Williams. Really interesting matchup today. These two teams haven't met over 30 years. Pretty good look inside. Demeara Hinds lost a sneaker. 5-on-4 the other way. Phillips wide open. Buries it.
Yeah, well, they went inside like we thought they needed to do. Wake Forest, they're not able to score. Hinds loses a shoe, and then the transition, 5-on-4, and Phillips, we talked about her a moment ago, the ability to knock down 3. This is the tempo that you'd like to see if you're Rhode Island.
Double the post. Kick out to Hinds. Spear.
Early in the game, Haddix Covington, 21, is going to take the assignment of guarding Jules Spear. She's long, she's athletic, she can defend. Could give Jules some problems.
Spear finds a little daylight. Unable to knock down the shot. Sophie Phillips, by the way, now 8 of her last 16 from 3. Going back the last couple of ball games. Emma Squires sees it bounce off the iron and over the board.
Emma Squires, a veteran player, played a couple seasons at Richmond, has got the ability to step out and make the mid-range shot. A very physical player when she's in the post, can score the basketball. And we talked a little bit about Haddix Covington, but don't forget Swanee Lassiter. Lassiter handles the basketball. We know her from her days at Florida State, Evan, and she doesn't score a lot of points, but she makes good decisions with the basketball. 45 assists coming in today.
Another good defensive player as well.
Yes.
Top 30 in the nation in steals. Wake Forest struggling to break the seal as Harrison's shot sails too long. Cece Lassiter on the bounce. And a moving screen. Called on Torre.
One of the things that was a concern preparing for this game, I thought, was how the Demon Deacons would start this basketball game. You can recall last couple of games you and I have been together in Longwood and High Point, got off to slow starts. I don't think this is a team in Rhode Island you can afford to get off to a slow start, miss opportunities, have turnovers, and allow them to get a rhythm. They're a very solid team at 9-1.
URI has been an excellent finishing team during their winning streak.
Really have.
Their business in some close games. There's the first bucket of the game. It belongs to Kaia Harrison for the Demon Deeks.
It'll be very important for them offensively if Kaia Harrison can be a perimeter scorer tonight.
Just her second made 3 of the season in 14 attempts. 3 minutes gone, 3-all here in the first. Third ever meeting between URI and Wake, but it's been it's been nearly 33 years since they last met, late December 1989. Wake Forest 2-0 all-time against URI, winning by 30 and 31. About a year apart in the late 80s. Looking for Harrison on the backdoor dive, and she lost it out of bounds. Official says it was last touched by Kaia. Dee Cantner, Tiara Cruz, and Tommy Paris are presiding over this afternoon's ball game.
That was a hard cut. Looked like 2 people in the area. The first back look was there, the second one wasn't. They got all congested, and yet another turnover. Kamara is in the ball game for Rhode Island. A screener, a rebounder.
Another one of the French imports. Audney Amadou, assistant coach, worked with Tammy Reese at Syracuse. Oh, and she should have grabbed that because it was blocked out of bounds by the Deke, so it'll be URI ball. But a true French feel to this URI squad.
French connection. Drives inside there. Good help side defense by Summiel. Gets the block.
Open look, Phillips. Got another.
She's a catch-and-shoot player, and Wake Forest goes to sleep just a little bit on the inbound situation. She toes the line and buries yet another three.
She's now 17 for her last 32 from beyond the arc over the past month. Summiel answers from downtown.
Continuing to have confidence in that three-point shot from the left perimeter side. Olivia Summiel just showing a diversity in her game, inside as well as outside.
Both teams are 2 for 3 from deep. Phillips feeds the post. Squires going to work. Unable to bank it home. Summiel had it, poked away. Jump ball tie-up, and possession belongs to the Rams. Anael Dutat, Inez Debraz. 2 more French substitutions into the game for Tammy Reese. Just barely beat the 5 count there, getting it that inbound. Debraz, freshman, averaging about 5 points per game. Into the post, working on Summiel, and Olivia gets a piece of Dutat's shot.
Good job holding ground and just waiting for the shot to be taken and then elevated and blocking it.
Williams on the drive. Back outside for Spear. Tough pass, taken away. Travel called. And it will come back to Wake Forest.
That's probably the best news for both sides. Could have easily called that a travel, could have easily called that a block or a charge. Let's see, let's take a look. Boom. I'd have called it a block, probably. Probably. She'd never taken a step, never gotten her foot down. Either way, that's probably the best call for both sides.
First substitution for Megan Jebbia is Alexandria Scruggs.
Scruggs has been playing well. She might get some nice matchups inside.
Beautiful cut and finish for Elise Williams.
Good back cut.
Wake Forest takes its first lead. Deacons let one get away on Sunday at Syracuse. Had a lead in the 4th quarter, but the Orange were better in the final 10 minutes. Long rebound finds Kamara. Sets up another 3. Phillips finally missed one, but a 3rd chance this trip for URI. Kamara kicks it. Phillips. Wake Forest dodged a couple bullets that trip. Harrison on the attack. Well defended. And she gets the roll.
Merry Christmas comes early there. Rolls all around once or twice and falls in. Harrison will take it.
It's a 7-0 run now for Wake over the last 2 and change.
Good job that time by Williams coming out and trying to contest that shot by Phillips.
Clock at 7. Williams got her hands on it, ripped away. Phillips puts it on the floor. Summiel with another rejection. She's getting better and better with that timing, game by game. Junior from Connecticut. Summiel off the screen, sets up Scruggs.
Back cut and a clear side. 10 on the clock, plenty of time.
Shot clock winding down. Williams sees it. Unable to throw it in. Rebound for Dutat.
That was a really good defensive possession by Rhode Island. They took away cuts, taking the baseline drive.
Shocked that ball didn't roll out of bounds. Great hustle by Spear. 2.5 minutes beyond the 5-minute timeout. And that will get us to the break. Phillips with another miss. Wake Forest, after falling behind 6-3, has taken a 4-point lead. Good pass from Summiel. Fine finish from Williams. Kingston has cultivated an international flavor. 9 of the 14 players on the roster from outside the United States, including 6 from France. Stan Luter, how many of those nations have you visited before?
2.
I got you beat. I got 3 of them.
I knew that's why you asked, because you wanted to make sure we knew you.
Yeah, and I look forward to going to Estonia.
You going to Estonia too?
Haven't been to Estonia.
Okay. Well, hey, you're an international guy, so I can't understand why you can't figure out how to get out of the airport. Evan Lepper, international guy. Impressive.
That's what they
travel.
They
you cover more countries than Santa Claus.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
He's got better airfare.
True that.
Harrison doesn't hit the rim. Shot clock expires as URI retains possession. And a bump called on Jewell.
Madison Haddix Covington played a couple of seasons at VCU and is very athletic, and she kind of reminds me of Summiel in that she does a little bit of everything for this basketball team. Very athletic, and so getting her involved offensively will be a plus, I think, tonight in this game for Rhode Island.
First field goal attempt for the Rams' leading scorer, and Torrey comes up empty. Said leading the A-10 in field goal percentage coming into today. Scruggs on the offensive glass, back up and in.
Really playing with a lot of confidence right now as Alex Scruggs went up high, got the rebound, took her time, power dribble, gets the basket off the glass.
Rams haven't scored in nearly 5 minutes. Haddings Covington can't change that. Dutat, though, keeps it alive.
Dutat, very athletic, solid hands.
I got Summiel.
Blue ball, please.
Squires and Lassiter back in. Does not appear that Dolly Cairns is available today. Has not played yet in the first quarter for Tammy Reese. 8.5 points per game. 25 minutes per game that URI will need to replace if they're going to keep this winning streak alive.
And they're going to miss her long-range ability. He's the number 2 3-point shooter on this Rhode Island basketball team. They're going to get her inside and bomb. And another person, when you put her in the game along with Phillips, you have 2 people that can spot up around the perimeter. It makes it a lot easier for Torrey to be able to score inside. So hopefully, whatever it is, she'll be better soon.
Megan Jebbia didn't like the call, and the official, Tommy Paris, basically went and gave Coach a little elbow to show what Scruggs did to her counterpart. And Scruggs just picked up her second foul of the possession. It'll send Squires to the line. Alexandria Scruggs into the game for 4 minutes. She picks up 2 fouls and heads back to the bench.
A little too physical inside, and one of the things that has helped with the Rhode Island success this year is their ability to get to the free throw line. They made more free throws than their opponent 5 times this year. And they're a good shooting basketball team, Evan. So those fouls, you may not think much of them right now, if they add up as this ball game goes.
Rebound Hinds. Rams over 5 minutes without a field goal, and Wake has a 5-point lead. Final minute of the first.
Nice.
Almost looks like Demeara Hinds is wearing a Santa hat with the way the hair is situated.
Well, she delivered that time in the post.
The hair, the headband, looks like a Santa hat if you look really quickly at it from the right angle. Summiel rips away the rebound. Game clock, shot clock just about in sync. Spear doesn't seem too concerned about that. Sets up Andrews for three.
We were talking about Alyssa Andrews before the ball game in the control room. Somebody that can be a free-flowing player. Great recognition that time. To get her on the wing, knocks down the jump shot. Spear, very unselfish. Andrew with the knockdown shot.
A fantastic first quarter, Stan, that you were looking for from Wake Forest. It's a 10-point lead for the Demon Deacons against a URI team that has won 9 in a row. Spear, beautiful left-handed feed to the corner. Andrews knocks it down. Deacons by 10.
Summiel dominating. Not blocking in the second or third row. Comes over help side, hits this one with 2 hands. I guess you get 2 blocks for that. And then can step out and knock down the 3-point basket. A total basketball game on the offensive side as well as the defensive end. Olivia Summiel.
3 points, 3 blocks in the opening 10 minutes. Wake Forest just did something that opponents have not done to URI very often. Winning a quarter.
Yes.
The Rams have only lost 6 of their last 36 quarters in their last 9 games before today. And 2 of those, they were outscored by 1 in quarters. So they've only been outscored by more than 1 4 times in their last 36 quarters. But
and you got to give Wake Forest a lot of credit on the defensive end. This is a team in saying that averaged about 20 points in the first quarter of ball games. Only had 7 in this first quarter. And the mid-range jump shot once again by Olivia.
5 points for Summiel. Deacons' largest lead is 12.
Battle of the players we talked about inside. You can see him banging inside. Hinds did a nice job pushing her off the block.
Rams 2 for 14 in the first. Missed their first shot to begin the second. Pretty good look. Off the mark for Conley.
Still struggling. She's 0 of her last 8. Her last 5 ball games. That was a good look.
Kaia Torre with her first bucket.
Kaia Torre, I told you, very athletic. Evan runs down the floor, got a good inside block spot. Summiel did a good job that time, just kind of laying off a little bit. Didn't try to pick up the foul and give up the 3-point play.
Double figures in 8 straight games for Kaia Torre, her first 2 of the afternoon. Summiel, same spot, different result. Rams ball.
One of the reasons that Rhode Island has had a lot of the success scoring, like you mentioned, is the fact they've been able to extend their defense a lot. But because they're not making shots today, they're not able to get in any pressure, either full court, a 3-quarter court, and a half-court trap. So be interesting to see if they score, will they try to pick up the tempo? That's going to be a walk.
Yep. Travel called on Squires.
Do they try to pick the tempo up a little bit to try to stay in this game, get back in this game? They've been taking a lot of pride on their defensive end.
Well, URI, not very familiar with Wake Forest in terms of they haven't played in about 33 years, but Tammy Reese has played here at the Joel Coliseum many times as a player and as a coach, most recently with Syracuse. Her playing days alongside Don Staley in Charlottesville, Virginia. Williams to Hinds.
Nice job there. Delayed the pick and roll. Williams under control in the paint, makes a nice bounce pass when a post can get it. Hinds having a nice, solid ball game.
3 rattles in for Emma Squires. I beg your pardon. Cece Lassiter puts it in. (21-12), 7.5 to play in the second quarter. Hinds, nope. Both teams heading on their Christmas breaks after today's game. Contact, but Hinds straight up, no whistle. Kept alive by Haddix Covington. Too strong for Madison Haddix Covington, the grad student from Texas. After today, nothing but ACC games for Wake Forest. It's a pretty good tune-up game for that in terms of being a challenge.
Watch some movement there, and then it has some weak side, little back cut there. But again, Williams head up, recognizes, knows he's got one-on-one on that one side, and you got to beat the person there. Hinds does a great job with a strong basket cut. You see a lot of teams this year running space offenses, 4-around-1, everybody outside the perimeter, but the cuts aren't always sharp. There was a sharp cut that got her a layup.
Foul was on Elise Williams, her first.
Wake doing a nice job around the guarding the perimeter, not allowing them to get good looks or drives inside.
Shot clock winding down again. Haddix Covington over Nia Becker, drains it.
Yeah, she's a solid athlete, about 5'10", 5'11", can get the mid-range shot. Really good elevation that time. Took her time in the post, knocks the shot in.
Oh, tough catch. Williams gets it back. Summiel leaves it for Becker on the drive. And Nia Becker will shoot free throws. Wake Forest has done a nice job here in the first 14-plus minutes of getting offense from players aside from their superstar, Jewel Spear.
Yeah, I mean, that whole little run we saw, including the backdoor by Hinds, Spear was not in the basketball game. So, again, other people have been challenged and have to score the basketball for Wake Forest to have any success. That's a young lady in Becker that I'd like to see kind of become a little more offensive-minded. Another long, athletic player that can run the floor.
Stan, did you notice the Nike swoosh on Coach Jebbia's pajamas? Those are Nike-branded PJs.
No, I didn't. Didn't see that. But now I know what to ask for Christmas.
They look soft. Too strong on the jumper for Renat, a sophomore from Israel.
Spacing, there's your cut. See, that was a tentative cut by Summiel. And it was a good job by Maddox Covington and kind of bumping her just a little bit, but you've got to cut harder. There you go. Oh, yeah, I sell the Nike. I didn't look. I wasn't trying to look at the pajamas like that at the time. I see, yeah, look at that. Talk to Phil Knight about that.
You got Phil's number?
I did.
You lost it?
Yeah. I didn't want to wake up one afternoon and decide to call him ask for some swag. Yeah, sometimes you don't need to have.
To Becker.
Nice.
Summiel with a left hand.
Showing the versatility of her game. We've seen her block shots. We've seen her step out and knock down threes. Got low post action right there. Used the left hand, kissed it off the glass.
Corner three is good for Haddix Covington.
They remind me of each other so much. Similar in their ball games. Can score inside as well as outside. Always around the basketball. Madison Haddix Covington.
Summiel fakes it. Called for the travel. Megan Jebbia can't believe that wasn't a foul. Wake Forest hanging on to its 8-point lead. 7 points already. Summiel leading the way for the Deeks.
Seconds on the clock, gonna show them what we got to offer. If you want, you can make it to the top. Gotta focus on the goal. The winner takes all. Pass the ball. Reach for the stars, no stopping us. Winner takes all. The winner takes all.
If you win free McDonald's for life for you and 3 friends, suddenly you're McDonald's rich, which means I'll pay for his too, Rich. You're welcome. Employee of the Year every year, Rich. And stopping at every exit, Rich. Ooh. Because if you win free McDonald's for life, congratulations, you're McDonald's Rich. Order in the app and you can win free McDonald's for life for you and 3 friends.
Beating Rhode Island by 7. The Rams coming off one of their best seasons in program history. 8-10 regular season champs. Reached the WNIT for the first time in program history. Disappointing loss to St. Joe's in the tournament quarterfinals. However, they did avenge their NIT loss to Quinnipiac 11 days ago when they beat the Bobcats 63-55. Four minutes and change left in half number 1. Can Wake Forest maintain defensive intensity here, Stan?
They're going to have to.
There's a 3 for Rynat.
And that's why. Because you've got some people that can score quickly for this Rhode Island basketball team. After the timeout, run a set play. Rynat gets the jumper, a good look, and you got a close ball game. Wake Forest has got to continue to be efficient on offense, too.
Rynat's a streaky player. Oh, great defense inside by Torre. And Rynat in her last 2 games, 23 points against Hartford, then she didn't score at Quinnipiac.
Just a little screen to get the little rub screen and then knocks it out. She's the number 8 3-point shooter in the conference. Doesn't take a lot of threes, and you mentioned the Dartmouth game and then also the Hartford game. But again, she's a streaky player, as a lot of these shooters are for this basketball team.
Jewel Spear still has not scored. Yeah. Wake's 12-point lead has been whittled down to 4. URI can get even closer here.
There's a space and then drive back door.
Second chance won't go. 2 great looks there, and the Rams come up empty.
When you really think about it, Rhode Island's had a lot of good 10-foot looks that they've not been able to capitalize on.
Williams, great dribble, sets up Harrison, and Kaia will shoot 2. Foul on DeBras.
Good recognition again. Drives, feels the double up. Weak side. Don't put the ball to the floor, but I understand why Harrison did that, because she was what she felt was further away, needed the momentum to get that. She puts it up, she scores, but she's go to the free throw line. But you got to be able to finish these plays inside. Again, getting penetration by both teams. Which team can capitalize? Both of these teams score a lot of their points. Even though Rhode Island's a 3-point shooting team and will take a lot of threes, they score a lot of points 15 feet and in.
Kaia's in the midst of one of the best scoring stretches in her career, averaging 10.5 points per game in her last 4. She had 11 on Sunday up at the Dome. Really, the difference in that game, Stan, was the rebounding. Orange out-rebounded Wake 48-32. They had twice as many offensive rebounds, dominated in second chance points, and that really hurt Wake Forest down the stretch.
And that's a team in Wake Forest that's out-rebounded most of their opponents. They're 8-2 when they've out-rebounded teams. One of those losses obviously was on Sunday, but again, they couldn't score the basketball and they gave away some inside plays down the stretch. There's a foul.
Free throws coming here for Rhode Island. Was that number 2 on Summiel?
Yeah, yep. You remember we talked about those fouls that Summiel picked up one little cheapie, Scruggs picked up 2. And
they matter.
They exactly right. Exactly right. They run a lot of good stuff on their sideline and underneath out of bounds. Let's see if they get a score off this.
Pass went through Torre's legs and scooped up by Williams. Harrison to Hinds with good position. Faces up, goes to work. And she was fouled on the floor by Torre, and that's number 2 on Rhode Island's leading scorer. Not today, but on the season.
Torre was just impatient in the post because Hinds was uncomfortable. She made a move, wasn't smooth, didn't exactly know what to do with the basketball, and just kind of kept pounding it. Torre's just got to stay inside strong. She reaches, and he picks up the foul.
Sophie Sen Redshirt freshman from Nice, France, is into the game. Becker had a lane, fortunate to get it back to Spear. And a late whistle, but an appropriate one. And Jewel will get to the line. The foul is on Sen, just into the game. You look at who Rhode Island defeated during its 9-game winning streak. Their best win was a 2-point win over Providence, who's currently ranked number 146 in the net. They got the win over Quinnipiac a week and a half ago. Those are the only 2 games over with wins over teams that are in the top 200 in the net. Wake Forest, their best win came against Minnesota. Golden Gophers currently 100 on the dot. So
they also knocked off Southeast Missouri. It's a team that Wake Forest has played over the years, and they've had some success.
Yeah.
And a team that it doesn't look like it, but I think they're going to be pretty good is Coppin. They had a 2-point game over Coppin that got a couple of weeks ago too, and they'll be a factor. A low major, but in MEAC, but they'll compete for a championship.
Nice finish by Harrison, banking it home. Deacons by 8. That pass deflected. Last touch by the Rams. It'll be Wake ball. Here's the real point I was getting at, Stan.
Well, let's look at this basket, and it might validate that. As Harrison goes inside and scoring, she and Scruggs, and I mentioned Scruggs earlier, playing with a lot of confidence to go inside and take contact and play through that. And the better teams you play, the more points you're going to have to get from players like that. Now, you're talking about quality wins.
Yeah.
I let you go on.
Hinds on the drive, lays it in. Deacons back up 10. Whoever wins this game today, it will be their best win of the year to date.
Bingo.
That's what's at stake.
And I will say this, and I've said it on many occasions, this is a game of runs. Right now, Wake Forest is having a better run offensively to score the basketball. But Rhode Island is staying within distance, and they can explode. So this is a solid first half for Wake Forest.
10-point lead at the end of 1. Rhode Island got back within 4, but the Deacs have scored the last 6 to get it back to double digits. Jewel Spear finally connects. First points of the afternoon for Jewel, and the Deacons have their largest lead yet. Contact will send Lassiter to the free throw line.
Type of game where that basket may ignite Spear. Wake Forest is doing a nice job of scoring the basketball, but you want to get your best player, your leading scorer, your preseason all-conference performer. You want to get her rolling. Game like this, don't leave any bullets in the chamber.
Foul was on Harrison. It was her first. That free throw snaps a 3-minute, 36-second scoring drought for Rhode Island. See if Wake works the clock down here.
Second difference. See here.
Harrison, Hinds, Spear, Williams, and Becker.
Just run the stagger there. Get guards playing one-on-one basketball here.
Spear takes it, makes it.
It only takes one for Jewel Spear to get rolling.
To beat the buzzer, Lassiter can't bank it in. And Wake Forest, with one of its best halves of the season, Jewel Spear closes the half with a 3. Deacons by 15.
Everyone is ready for Monday Night Football.
But, you had Virginia and Louisville and Florida State with a good home win over Miami yesterday. The top half of this league is really, really strong, maybe as strong as it has ever been.
We talked about this last week in the Longwood game, about the levels of play in this conference, and you're going to have to find a way to fight your way through. Wake Forest not a bad basketball team. They're picked at the bottom, and I think they're going to surprise some people. But, yeah, mean, Louisville, Carolina, Virginia Tech had a nice win. You didn't get a chance to see that game against High Point, did you? Did you get over there?
Following the score.
Yeah, but you didn't get to see it.
No,
that's what. I didn't need it just to make you feel better. Pressure on the ball.
Jewel Spear gets the bounce.
It's amazing.
Spear's got 9.
Yeah, it's amazing how a player can go quiet almost the entire half, and then all of a sudden you hit one, and the light comes on. Then she hits the drains of 3 before, and then gets the first possession of the second half, and she's on a roll. There's more bounce in her step defensively as well.
Stan, we're talking about the ACC. The A-10 is a pretty good league, too. Underrated. As the 3 goes down for Emma Squires, her first field goal of the day.
Yeah, Squires, we talked about Coppin State and SEMO. She had 3 against both of those teams. 3s, and she can step up. As a veteran player that you're talking about this great conference. What is it? UMass is preseason pick number 1.
Yeah, well,
Island 3.
There are 5 teams right now in the league that have 3 or fewer losses. 6 teams in the top 110 in the net from the A-10. That includes a 7-5 Fordham team.
Oh, nice.
90. Beautiful pass, Hinds, the finish. Wake Forest just executing offense at a high level right now.
When you're able to space the basketball and move to the ball, you're going to get some nice looks at time. A really unselfish play by Summiel and a great catch and finish by Hinds.
You said it at halftime, Stan. Wake with only 4 turnovers in the first half, as good as any half they've had all year.
No question about it.
Straightaway 3, a little short. Hinds tips the rebound for Spear. Spear through the Summiel screen, pops, hits.
Too easy. It's like she's got it. Okay, you know what? I think I'll start scoring there. Behind the back real quickly, gets her feet set. This is just easy basketball. And watch this. There's the inside pass. Good job there. That was by Spear. And then watch this. Just went behind the back. We didn't see the beginning of that, but she squared up right down the middle, got in her spot at the top of the key. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
5 points and an assist in the opening 2.25 minutes here in the third for Jewel Spear. Summiel did just get called for her 3rd personal, so she gives coach company on the bench. If Wake wins this game with like 6 turnovers and shooting 50%, Coach Jebby has got to come back with the pajamas for the Pittsburgh game next week, too.
Yes! No question about it. You kidding me?
It's the whole staff. I mean, it's not a bad look. It's different. That could be the thing.
If you're winning, it can be. You win. Do what you want to. High-low? That's a good decision. Don't force it.
They got the blue pajamas, they got the red pajamas. They need some old gold and black pajamas that Nike should provide. The Wake colors. Fouls on Toure, and that's her 3rd. Decision to make here for Tammy Reese. Down by 17. I feel like you got to leave Toure in there. Spear 3, got it, and 1! We've seen Jewel Spear have stretches like this throughout her career. It's just fun to watch.
Inbound situation, a little double screen action there. You see it. Williams didn't even really move, just threw over the top of it, and then Spear says, count them up. Boom, boom, boom. Last 5 minutes, she's just been a one-woman wrecking crew.
She's got 9 points in this quarter. Deacons' lead is 21. And an offensive foul called on Toure.
Yeah.
It's her 4th.
While you were trying to debate whether we should get her out of the ball game or not, you're thinking, okay, she's a smart player. She's got some international play. You know how to play without fouling. Don't even get caught in that situation. It'll be a long time before we see Toure the rest of this ball game.
27-6. Or 23-6 is the Wake Forest run.
Interesting about Toure, she's only fouled out on 1 ball game this season, so not in the game plan for Rhode Island. Nice high-low, inside, finish.
Hinds gets it back, looks for help, finds Scruggs. Scruggs creates space and puts it in.
Little contact, finish strong.
All of a sudden, it's a 23-point lead against a Rhode Island team that's won 9 consecutive games. No Karens, no Toure. Who will the Rams lean upon offensively? Phillips didn't get it off. Wake Forest has flustered Rhode Island here this afternoon.
They really have. They've made him make an extra dribble. They've run him off the 3-line, contested shots, and had hands in passing lanes on cuts. It's really been a good effort team defensively by Wake Forest.
Renot picks up her first. Megan Jebia's team could improve to 9-4. It'll be an interesting game against Pittsburgh next Thursday night, 6 p.m. here at the Joel. Williams, nope. And the rebound, last touch by Hinds. It'll be Rhode Island ball. Timeout taken by Tammy Reese, and we'll take it too. Wake Forest, a 13-5 start to this third quarter. Have stretched the lead to 23. Yeah.
This is easy basketball. She's made 5 field goals, 4 have been threes. Just got in rhythm, got in her spot, top of the key, boom. Watch this. Little jump stop there, gets in there, falls there. Friendly rims. This is a nice move. See a little behind the back move right there. Little rub screen. Really didn't need it because she had spacing and it's got a quick release. Jewel Spear, man, I tell you what, when she gets on the roll, she is hard to stop.
3 for 3, 9 points here in the third quarter. Wake Forest gets another stop. Rhode Island doesn't look like the team that's won 9 in a row.
Well, I don't think they've played a team probably when they're playing their best basketball as good as Wake Forest.
Yeah, well, their best win was against the team ranked 146 in the net. Wake entered the day number 82. Rhode Island number 78.
Providence isn't bad, but I think if Wake Forest, and today they've focused, they've locked in, and probably, if you look at it offensively, defensively, and turnover-wise, it might be the best game the Deeks have played in a long time.
Best 2.5 quarters.
Yeah. But I mean, think about that. Because not a lot of turnovers, getting high percentage shots, taking away the best scores.
7 of 11 from 3.
Yeah. Value the basketball. Ain't gonna stay here.
On Hinds.
And really, other than Phillips getting started with the back-to-back threes, not allowing Rhode Island to get on any runs. Just go ahead and be very methodical about what you're doing and when. You don't have to have all the bells and whistles. They've gone out today and played solid, focused and locked in. Because you got to do that. The thing too, Evan, and honestly, they started off very well today, as opposed to some of those starts that they've had in the last couple of ball games.
Emma Squires making that last baseline jumper for Rhode Island.
But now the thing is, if you're Wake Forest, continue to play efficient remainder of this quarter and in the fourth quarter.
Williams can't convert. Harrison bothering Lassiter, and it's an offensive foul.
Yeah.
They got Squires for the illegal screen. The frustration continues to grow for Rhode Island. With 8 from the field in the second half. Jewel Spear, 16 points overall after scoring 0 in the first. And the Deacons on a 26-8 run since the late stages of the second quarter to break this one open here on a Thursday afternoon at the Joel Coliseum. Nia Becker into the game. She's fouled on her dive to the bucket. Don Lassiter. Number 3 on Say. Deacons in the bonus. Lassiter picks up her third, and Becker knocks down the free throw.
She has not had, at least the last couple of ball games when she was at Florida State, she's not scored the basketball much against Wake Forest. Had 2 in that game. Well, I think maybe last year.
Talking last
year, yeah. It's not been not a big score anyway, but it's not really scored a lot of points against.
She's got 5 assists, 5 rebounds.
5 rebounds in that, the game,
Today she's got 5.
Yeah, well, I'm not thinking about today. I'm thinking about
Spear, tough catch, brings it in.
She's going to end this game like 23, something like that.
At least.
And how? I mean, not a lot of shot attempts. It's just not a lot of work. Watch this. Watch this. This is a great shot here. Watch her move. Gets a screen by Scruggs in the back cut, and that ball stays in the air a long way, a long distance. So you've got to really get it there, and you've got to have spacing. That both of those things happen. She catches and finishes.
Nice pass from Williams, her
Really
4th assist.
Nice shot, too. Our folks are doing a great job in the truck. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys, ladies, gentlemen. That high overhead, that's nice. High-low.
Spear called for a little touch foul in the back. It's her second. Under 4 minutes to play here in this third quarter.
Where are the points coming from the Rams?
That is the question. So far, there has not been a positive answer for URI. No one has more than 6 points. This is a team that has a half dozen players averaging between 7 and 14, usually. Tough catch for Becker. Going to work on Squires. Comes up short. Into Kamara, lost it. Spear the other way.
Good help side by Becker, steals it. Finish it.
Scruggs up top for Becker.
Recognize the clock.
Wake's done a good job not settling for threes and looking for a better shot. That's over the back foul on Scruggs. That's her third.
You got Scruggs with 3, Summiel with 3.
Torre on the bench with 4 for Rhode Island.
And Jewel Spear has, 2, I think, correct?
That's correct. Rebound tip controlled by Becker. Spear getting back to the free throw line. Number 2 on Squires.
All day, Jewel. Jewel Spear, 2 shots.
Jewel Spear, the junior from the Colony, Texas. And a rare free throw line miss. 87% from the line this season. Preseason All ACC. Double figures for the 10th time this season here today. 30 points was the season high at Coastal against Coastal. Of course, she had a 40-point game last year. Game where she made 10 threes against East Tennessee State.
Who did that game?
That was a year and 9 days ago. If I remember correctly, she, by her lofty standards, had a slow start. The majority of the offense for her came in the last 3 quarters of that game.
She got hot
third and the fourth.
Yeah, I think she made a 3 just before the end of the first quarter. And then second quarter,
Really got
up, and then it was all righty. How many could she get? There's a basket.
Inez DeBraz, freshman from Paris, makes it 55-30. I did not see a 25-point lead at the end of 3 today, Stan.
To be really honest with you, I didn't either, but I thought Wake could, offensive foul there. I thought Wake could do some damage if they came out and played smart basketball, score efficiently, rebound, defend shooters, and they've done that. And they've taken Rhode Island out of the offensive rhythm and really made it hard for them to score the ball. And they've made Rhode Island become one-on-one defenders where sometimes they need to be two-on-one defenders. In other words, get help side defense. Think about all the back doors that Wake Forest has been able to have. It's just a good effort today. And then tell you what, that's what you want to have out of your team when you're getting ready to get to a break. Because we've talked about it maybe in some other games. I know I have. This time of the year drives coaches. They won't say it necessarily, but it drives them crazy because you've got so many things going on. You got exams. You hope you do that, and you do that well. You got to, and then you've got somebody in your head. Hey, you're not playing, and you need to do this, and all that stuff, and sickness and injuries. You're trying to get the team ready to play.
You sound exhausted just talking about it.
It is. It's exhausting. It's hard to win. It's hard to win, and it's hard to do this. I mean, and they want to go home, and you just need a break. You need to recharge the batteries. They need to get home where they, just can relax. And you need to, they'll be so happy. They'll be so happy when they get back here for the Pitt game or even the January early game against Duke, because it's like, okay, fine. Just there we can concentrate on basketball.
Sophie Sin now has 6 points in her freshman season after that deuce at the rim.
A lot of crazy things happen. You saw Eastern Illinois, knocked off Iowa last night, right?
Yeah. A bunch of upsets last night.
It's been a lot.
Basketball.
Yeah. You don't come out focused. You don't come out ready to play. You're on campus a lot. Over the holidays, no one's there. It's hard. You got to really concentrate. You got to really just, all right.
I feel like there have been more wild upsets on the men's side than the women's side.
Question.
On the men's side in the ACC, Virginia Tech winning up at BC beat Virginia Tech last night. Florida State beating Notre Dame.
Big win here the other night.
Wake Forest took down Duke about 40 hours ago here on this court. Ten to shoot, 18 seconds in the quarter.
Just try to make a move here. See if Haddix comes to makes the bounce move.
Well defended, gives it up. Renot, nope. Shot clock violation.
They can put it to the floor, take away the 3. Shooter comes up to take it, takes that away, forces a bad shot, gets a shot violation, got 7.5 seconds to go. Plenty of time to get a basket.
Harrison to Morales. Hinds in and out at the buzzer. Rhode Island with a little 6-0 mini run to close the quarter. However, Jewel Spear got going. She's got 19 in the game, and the Deacons lead by 21 as we head to the fourth. 3 down, 1 to go, and it has not been the typical game day for Rhode Island. Starting lineup changed for the first time all year, and the production has changed significantly as well. URI entered the day tied for 36th in the nation in scoring margin, 23rd in the nation in field goal percentage, tied 20th in the nation in three-point percentage. And all those rankings will dip, barring a crazy fourth quarter here. Wake Forest up by 21. Maye Torre leading scorer as the illegal screen gets called on Kamara. Torrey still on the bench with 4 fouls. She's got 2 points in 14 minutes, averaging 14.5 points per game, leading the A-10 in field goal percentage, but just 2 points today, 1 for 3 from the floor.
A couple of cheap ones in the quarter and just never able to establish any type of rhythm, never able to run the floor. That's one of her great assets is her athleticism. And you know, Wake Forest has been attacking. Hinds has been very solid in the paint. You get a look there. So right now, probably only her second game where she's not scored in doubles this year, but I think you're going to hear a lot out of this Rhode Island basketball team throughout the season. I keep your eye on them. NIT last year.
Yeah, I got a win. I got a win over Coach Reese's alma mater last year. They beat Virginia.
Not Virginia off. That's a turnaround team, isn't it?
Unbeaten no more after last night's loss at Duke. It was a kind of a vicious collision. 3 players coming together. It'll be Rhode Island ball. But yeah, Virginia, a team to keep an eye on. It's going to be interesting to see. Both Virginia and Syracuse, 2 teams that have had very solid starts to their seasons with first-year coaches. Can they carry over the non-conference success into the league?
I think Wake has had a good start. You know, I mean, they're not undefeated, obviously, but I think that, considering you get a coaching change, you get players that are coming in, and you're asking some players to expand their roles.
Chance to finish non-conference 9-2.
Yeah, I think they've had a great start, and now it's showtime. You find yourself down 2 because of 2 conference losses, but hey, you can make that up.
And that's to the depth of the ACC. I mean, you got 15 teams in the league. All of them are in the top 100 in the net ranking.
Yes.
But there are going to be some teams that are going to struggle to get wins. At the top of the league with 4 teams in the top 10. Louisville was preseason top 10. Duke, top 10 in the net, despite the fact that the other rankings aren't as friendly to the Blue Devils at the moment. That could change. Summiel finds her spot right on that ACC logo.
Good ball movement, cut to the open area, just stand there and post up. Just a nice catch and finish.
Rebound for Scruggs. A little surprised to see Summiel only have 2 rebounds in the game. She's got 3 blocks, 9 points. Of course, we've seen her get rebounds in bunches.
Yeah.
I'd be at all surprised if she's got like 12 and 8 by the end of this game. Scruggs will take it. Rebound pulled down by Torrey, who's back in the game, playing with 4 fouls. You're not able to get her miss back. Sets up Haddix Covington, no. Kamara back outside. DeBras.
Nice move. Hesitation there. You're seeing more and more players take that attack layup with one hand and just kind of flip it up there and score. Used to be a definite no-no as you drive to the basket. Spacing. Let's just watch this offense, see if it flows any. Get it out of the corner.
Wake with only 6 turnovers in the game. Nice pass there. Hinds unable to convert. Officials looking at each other.
Watch this drive here. Let's go. Just get up right there.
Going to be Wake Forest.
The same motion and scored. This is nice.
That was as indecisive of a call as to whose ball it was going to be as I've ever seen.
Well, she thought just the player was going to grab it. They just said, okay, we're going to let it go out of bounds.
One official was asking the other 2 what they saw, and they were she's kind of pointed one way, and then Rhode Island reacted negatively. Okay, we'll go the other way.
Go the other way. Rise as she went out of the game.
3-second violation.
Wow.
Now wins Olivia Summiel, number 14, Miles Becker. She replaces Demeara Hinds.
Yeah, the other thing, too, when you're playing these games, and it happens all the time, but when you're playing games like this time of year on the road, you've got to create your own enthusiasm. You've got to go out and play hard and make some plays and get excited about what you're doing to keep the roll. And just like Jewel wasn't pressing, and she finally made a shot, and that first three, and it's like, okay, boom, you just had to feel it. She hits one, go out at halftime, and boom, there she goes. And you notice that the body language of Rhode Island kind of changed also. And so now you're playing, you're not thinking you get 3 seconds, you got to steal there, not protecting the ball at the post. Here they come. And you got to steal. That's a good play. That's good.
Turnovers the last 2 possessions for Wake Forest, and that'll be a blocking foul. So 8 turnovers for the Deeks in the game. If they don't have any more in the final 5:52, it would match the lowest turnover total this year. Only 8 turnovers at Charlotte. Forest averaging about 15 turns a game. And that's going to need to improve. They got to get it down to 10, 11, 12 to win in the ACC, you'd think.
Well, I always keep that stat, looking at stats about how many more assists than you have than turnovers, and they've had 6 games where they've had more assists. But you're right, you can't turn the basketball. The teams you've got to play, you can't turn the ball over anyway. But you definitely can't have those open court turnovers because they will pound you in transition instead. Yes, I will always be a ball value person. You can't turn it over. What happened here?
Scruggs going to visit with Scott Spernova, the longtime athletic trainer. Virginia Tech is currently leading the ACC and 14th in the nation in terms of fewest turnovers per game. Still turn over 12.3 times a game. NC State, North Carolina, also in the top 30 in the country in terms of fewest turnovers. Colorado State, another Rams, are the only team in the women's basketball averaging fewer than 10 turnovers per game right now, 8.7 per game.
I got a great burger at Fort Collins a couple
Did you?
years ago. I don't know, I can't remember the name of it. And I'm not really sure it was hamburger, to be honest with you. But it was tasty. I mean, I can't remember where I was.
You there for football?
No, basketball.
Heard great things about Fort Collins.
Oh, I enjoyed it. I got out of there just in time, too. The next day, they were expecting like 20 inches.
Bummer. This guy could have gone skiing.
No, I couldn't have. No, I couldn't have.
Morales, Williams, Summiel, Becker, and Harrison, the 5 on the floor for Wake.
Zone action there out of Rhode Island.
The rebound for Olivia Summiel.
Well, she's going to have her 5.
We'll see. Turnovers become a little bit more common last few trips.
Can't get, that's what I'm talking about, being lazy, mental focus. Remember, there's a defender there. One thing you've got to do a better job of making those passes is ball fakes and shot fakes. We don't do a good job of that sometimes.
Offensive rebound for Becker.
Spacing, cutters.
Nice pass. Becker, foul. No, she traveled before the contact. We'll get ourselves a timeout. 4:41 to go. Wake Forest leading by 19, trying to snap Rhode Island's 9-game winning streak. Close this one out. It has a feeling of the 9th inning at Citi Field in Queens, New York, with Timmy trumpets blaring during the break. Who's going to be the closer for Wake Forest tonight with Edwin Diaz not available? Evan Lepler alongside Stan Luter and our entire crew. Wishing you happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Stan, we're halfway through Hanukkah. Santa will be flying about 55 hours from now.
Everybody be safe. Thank you for being here. Watch this. Spacing. There's your high-low. It's a little subtle look away. That's a great angle because you can look into Olivia's eyes. And she looked just a little bit to the left and made the nice bounce pass. And that time, ready to catch and finish is what you got out of Becker, and you get the basket. Now, again, you always talk about it after a timeout, being able to score the basketball. Wake Forest does a good job there. And what I think, if I'm Coach Kaia, I'm saying, hey, let's settle in. Let's lock in right now. No more mistakes. No more turnovers. Let's go away on a good note because you've got a big game coming in. A week. That's right. Next week. A week from today. So you don't get a lot of time to break, so you can't just turn it off. Is that right? Next week?
Next Thursday
Next
night?
Thursday night, 6 o'clock.
Out of bounds, last touch by Wake Forest.
Season is flying by, isn't it? I mean, it's
If you're winning, I think it is. If you're losing,
yeah. Well,
both these teams have won more than they've lost.
that's always good.
This is going to be, in terms of the ranking of the opponent, the best win of the year for Megan Jebbia's Demon Deacons and Tammy Reese's Rams.
Yeah, I'm with you. We're wearing the blue. We're wearing the blue jammies. Take them out, clean them, wash them, whatever you got time. Do your laundry, and wear them again next week. Still be the holidays. I'm telling you.
I'd be surprised if Coach Jebbia went that route, but I think it'd be awesome if she did.
Yeah, right.
Rebound by Williams there in traffic.
You get superstition. I want to try to find a way to win. If it means, like Coach Williams used to do, spit into Mississippi on the walk on game day, or, carrying 2 pennies and most of them got to be heads or certain time, whatever you got to do to get a win, I need to do it. Zone action here. Attack it, probe it.
Here comes Lassiter. Rebound Morales. And make it Meyer. Wake Forest led by 10.
Careless pass.
By 15 at the half. By 21 through 3. And Rhode Island's 9-game winning streak is going to come to an end. The Rams are going to experience defeat for the first time since November 7th. When they lost at Harvard in the season opener, 88-74. It is a long time without losing a game.
That's what I said earlier.
Yeah.
It's been a long year. November, think about that.
You said it's been going by quickly.
It is going by quickly.
I'm confused.
Don't be. Father Time waits for no one. What I'm saying is you better enjoy these games. Every one of them. Don't look forward. Don't look too far. Stay right in the moment. Win this game. And then you can worry about tomorrow's game tomorrow.
Foul on Morales.
7. That was the first game of the season, wasn't it?
There was.
You and I were together.
Were we?
See how quickly you forgot? Elon.
Thanks for remembering, but I was not with you that particular game.
Well, where was I?
I was at Say Lassiter.
Where was I?
Stomping grounds. You were here.
I was here. Well, at least I got half of it right. I was here. Well, you've been to some games anyway. You'll leave me hanging. That's okay. You're still my guy. You're still my guy. Good defense. Watch this defense. I'm looking for positive things. Say with the defense in there and back to the zone. You weren't here that day. That's right. You did miss that game.
I was watching from afar.
I bet you were. You sound like a friend of mine that was trying to take somebody's place during a broadcast one time. I told him they're going to Wally Pip him. And they couldn't let him Wally Pip me. Every time I see my friend, I tell him that. You're not going to play the game? No. Take your place and they forget about you. Count it.
You saw it, and there's DeBraz knocking down her 6th 3 of the season as we enter the final minute before Christmas.
I like this. Probably going to win this fourth quarter, as they have done all season long.
Yep.
So that's a positive thing. But this is a team that's averaging like 73 points a ball game. So great defensive effort by the Demon Deacons today. Happy holidays, folks. See you next week.
Deacons, Panthers next Thursday, 6 p.m. Rhode Island plays next Wednesday at Princeton at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Jersey. Rhode Island will fly home tonight. Enjoy their holiday, hopefully. And Wake Forest will finish the non-conference play 9-2, with today being the most impressive win of all, as Wake Forest ends URI's 9-game winning streak with a 59-45 victory. That was not as close as the final score indicates. Deacons dominate the opening 3 quarters, and Megan Jebbia sees her team bounce back from the loss at Syracuse this past Sunday with a 14-point home win.